Hello, Lakers Nation! Let's go to another round of Lakers news. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any news about the Lakers. While there has been plenty of debate over who the Lakers might target once trade season actually begins, or, more specifically, one team and largely one player in particular so far, there hasn't been as much debate over who the Lakers would be willing to pursue. To dismiss. Through their work last offseason, the Lakers have a number of tradable contracts. Which of these players the team is most likely to trade will be the question to monitor in the coming weeks and months. In a recent Hoops Hype article by Michael Scotto, he raised a bit about what those around the league think on the matter. NBA trade market begins in 2 weeks. Although the date of December 15th has become the date that NBA fans have come to know as the date that players become eligible for trade, which is largely true. For the Lakers, this does not apply to 2 players, Austin Reaves and Rui Hachimura, both because they re-signed with the Lakers with salary increases. D'Angelo Russell could be traded on December 15th and is perhaps the most likely player on the roster to be traded, although this is not necessarily an early conclusion. Overall, outside of Reaves, there isn't a player the Lakers signed this offseason that seems like they should be out of the picture. Another way to look at this is which position could be most easily upgraded. That applies to Russell and the point guard spot after he was taken out of the game late in the playoffs last year. This does not apply in the same way to Rui. Ultimately, this is a pretty vague report, but a bit of a glimpse into how the league is looking at the Lakers right now and perhaps a good starting point for the coming months. With 20 games already played, the Lakers have a very underwhelming record of just 11-9. Although they have had some moments of good basketball, as well as some wins against very good teams, the team still has a lot of work to do. Despite having one of the best star duos in the NBA in LeBron James and Anthony Davis, as well as very capable supporting players, the Lakers today seem to be playing less than, at least on paper, is expected. This raises the question of what's wrong with the team and what its biggest problem is. Injuries have hampered the Lakers' start to the season, but is that an excuse? Some would say it's the injuries. Yes, Jared Vanderbilt, Cam Reddish, Gabe Vincent and Rui Hachimura, to name a few, have missed significant time with various injuries. Considering that the team, as it currently stands, has only been playing together for about 4 months, these injuries have hampered their efforts to build chemistry. However, the team has had enough healthy players to win more often than it has lost. Some would say it's the defensive rebounding. While that has been a problem, and while the Lakers remain the team that allows the most second-chance points from opponents, the team ranks 9th in defensive rebounding percentage, and their overall defense hasn't been that bad either. In fact, in their last 12 games, the Lakers are 7th in defensive rating and have won 8 of those encounters. Some would say it's the slow starts, but the team has improved in this area in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Improved three-point shooting is the main objective for a Lakers turnaround. Now that almost exactly a quarter of the season has passed for the Lakers, it's clear that their biggest deficiency is their lack of three-point shooting. Until Thursday's ugly 133-110 loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Lakers ranked just 29th in three-point shooting percentage. The only team worse than them in this respect is the Memphis Grizzlies, a team that has the second worst record in the Western Conference. Although James has an excellent rate from the perimeter, as his starting point guard D'Angelo Russell, no one else has been consistent. Hachimura is at 42.9%, but he's not a high-volume three-point shooter. Reaves, Prince and Wood are way below expectations. The main culprits in this category are Austin Reaves, Taurean Prince, and Christian Wood. Reaves shot 39.8% from 3 last season, but this season he's shooting just 31.6%. Prince and Wood have historically been good outside shooters, but are at 32.5% and 26.9% respectively so far this year. The Lakers lack players who can not only consistently hit open three-pointers after passes from their teammates, but also players who can hit spot-up three-pointers either after passes or by creating their own shots. how poor three-point shooting has affected the Lakers. When a team doesn't have consistent three-point shooters, opposing defenses can close in and create congestion. For the Lakers, this means less space for James and less room for Davis to work on offense. Teams have opted to mark Davis individually and in double figures, as well as using zone defenses. The Lakers haven't been able to make teams pay for these defensive schemes with accurate three-point shooting. The modern NBA has become very difficult and competitive because of the immense depth of good and excellent three-point shooters, especially those who can hit shots even with opposing scoring. As a result, when an opposing team is on a scoring streak, the defense is not enough to stop or slow down that streak. The only real response to such streaks is to react offensively in the same way. It's not enough to counterattack and get trays, you have to strike back with your own three-point shots. The Lakers need an effort from everyone to solve this problem. If that doesn't happen, the team will have to resort to the trade market before it's too late. A light at the end of the tunnel for the Lakers' offense. If the Lakers can find a way to fix their three-point shooting woes, they may have a chance to become a very good team again, especially given the improvement of their defense lately. Believe it or not, the Lakers are 5th in shooting percentage overall. The team is also well ranked in its main offensive points, 6th in points in the paint per game, 6th in free throw attempts per game, and 8th in points off turnovers per game. Therefore, one must conclude that if the Lakers simply become an average three-point shooting team, while also improving their last position in three-point attempts per game, there would be a significant improvement in their offensive efficiency. Perhaps all the team needs to really revive its title aspirations is a bit of luck with injuries and more effectiveness in its shooting. After missing the first 20 games of the season, Jared Vanderbilt will make his season debut on Saturday against the Rockets. Vanderbilt had been sidelined with a heel injury since the start of the preseason. Rui Hachimura, who missed the last week of games due to a nasal fracture, is also available for the Lakers. Lakers now have only Gabe Vincent on injury report. The injury report is full of good news apart from Vondo and Rui, as seen. After Jackson Hayes and Cam Reddish missed Thursday's game at Oklahoma, both are listed as probable against Houston. Hayes suffered an elbow injury against the Pistons on Wednesday, while the Lakers left Reddish out against OKC after his return from a groin injury against Detroit. Anthony Davis and LeBron James have been listed as probable and doubtful respectively for most of the season and have continued to play, missing one game each this season. Effectively, the Lakers should have all players available on Saturday, except Gabe Vincent, the only absentee. Lakers will now have the healthiest squad of the entire season. It would be by far the healthiest team the Lakers have had this season. For much of the first few weeks, Vondo, Vincent, and Jalen Hood-Schifino were all out. Unless there's a last-minute change, Vincent will be the only name left on the injury report on Saturday. This could hardly come at a better time, as the Lakers were starting to run out of steam while out of steam. In the loss to OKC on Thursday, the Lakers looked exhausted, both from being down and from being at the end of a 4-game road trip. Leave your opinion on this news, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. We'll be back any minute with more Lakers news.